So thank you for having me over here. So the story that we're writing is about you in the book, and what inspired the book, and a bit about your background. So Glenna, so I have, I spelled your name correctly. Do you live in Palm Beach Gardens?
I do.
Okay, how long have you been here?
In Florida?
In Palm Beach Gardens.
In Palm Beach Gardens, 9 years.
9 years. And where are you from originally?
The Dominican Republic.
So you're born and raised there?
I was born and I came to New York when I was 13 years old.
13. Okay, gotcha. All right. So let me ask you a little about what you do now for a career. Well, I'm sure you probably wear many hats. So what are you doing right now?
So I am a public insurance adjuster.
Okay.
I own a company called Your Recovery Team.
Okay.
I say recovery is my work and it's also my ministry.
Okay.
I'm a recovering addict, 27 years, so that's why that name.
Okay.
We also own Fitness for Everybody, which you're a member.
I am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
I also own a brokerage firm called God's Home for You, Realty and Investments. And what else? Yeah, my best job is Glama to 4 delicious grandkids.
Okay, what are the age ranges?
So I have David Josiah, he's 5.
Okay.
Isabella Joy, who's named after me, and my youngest, she's 3.
Okay.
Lily, and then Ella.
Oh,
yes.
great. Okay. How long have you owned Fitness for Everybody?
So we're here about a little over a year.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's the old busybody.
God, I remember.
Yes.
And you and your husband own it, right?
Yes.
Okay. His name is
Corey Hargreaves.
Corey. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is your work fulfilling? I mean, you wear a lot of hats. So you're obviously very busy, but do you find what you do fulfilling?
I do.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I think that the biggest thing that I do is encourage, help people to look at life from a different place. Okay. So 95% of my clients are fire victims.
Oh, wow.
They're fire victims, and I actually spend more time with people that have no insurance than with those that have insurance.
Right.
Because when you lose everything, imagine that you walk into a home and you lost everything. I have seen thousands of claims, from earthquake to hurricanes to fires, everything. But when you walk into your home, imagine that, and everything that you consider dear is gone. And no one is coming to save you.
Right.
And there is no insurance.
Right.
I have been with people in Fort Myers where they had no insurance, they had no green card, FEMA was not coming to help, and they stayed there 7 days with their little ones in a place that had mold everywhere. So I've seen that.
So tell me a little bit about your book and what inspired it and what you hope that it accomplishes with people who read it.
So my book,
What's it called first?
Gratitude Transformation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gratitude Transformation. I lost my life so I could learn to live.
Okay.
What inspired that book is I had an accident on 10/2/17.
Car accident.
A car accident. I went to Key West. It was my first time being there.
Okay.
And I don't usually watch the news because I want to come from a place of gratitude and looking at the good things in life, and I purposely did not. I stayed 2 weeks in Fort Myers helping immigrants translate to be able to try to get some kind of help and do a fundraiser.
Right.
I did that when the hurricane hit.
So that was Irma.
Yes.
I remember that. Okay.
Yes. So the first 2 weeks I was actually in Fort Myers.
Okay.
Then I went to Key West on the 2nd of October.
So this is all for work then?
This is all for work.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, but the first 2 weeks it was volunteer work.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I was not there working. I was there helping.
Right.
I'm Spanish.
Right.
And a lot of the people in Fort Myers that were hit that were not getting help from FEMA were Spanish, so I could translate.
Sure.
And I did a number of fundraisers to try to raise funds for them. And then when I felt like, okay, I've done the good thing, I've done what I needed to do, I'm gonna go work.
Right.
There was plenty of work in Key West. It was devastation to another level.
Yeah.
The first day I spent hours and lost myself in the stories, what they went through. I personally have gone through a number of storms myself.
Yeah.
And I know what that felt like. And just connecting with people, and all of a sudden it got dark.
Yeah.
Jody, it got dark and I didn't know what I was going to do at that point. When you have a hurricane, you have a whole area that is very limited with hotels and
Right.
things like that. So I decided I'm going to drive south to try
Right.
to find a place.
Okay.
I had an accident, and that day that would change the rest of my life.
You're on Key West at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
I was coming out of the bridge and I saw a man and I locked my eyes with this man. And to me, his eyes were lit.
Yeah.
Very, very unique, this
Yeah.
man. And I got very, very scared. It was
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night
Yeah.
and he just didn't look right.
Yeah.
When the man got about 2 cars away from me, he grabbed his wheel. There was no accident.
Yeah.
He purposely grabbed his wheel and he turned it with everything that he had towards
Right.
me. I was taken by rescue to Isla Morada, to the hospital there. And I remember there was a moment where I saw myself being buried.
Yeah.
And I made 2 promises to God. I saw the faces of my grandchildren and I said, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Yeah.
And the next face I saw was the face of my mother as I'm being buried.
Yeah.
I was actually, I met my husband at Grace Fellowship.
Oh. Okay.
And yeah, and he was my Sunday school teacher and I saw myself being buried there. And when I saw them, the people that I love the most, I said, God, if you give me this opportunity, I will tell my story.
Right.
And I will allow people to come from a place of gratitude. I have gone through a lot of different things in my life,
Yeah.
but those are the things that have helped me to be who I am today.
Right.
I'm able to step into helping policyholders and being the voice that they need when the insurance company doesn't do the right thing, because I wanted someone to come rescue me
Right.
all of my life. And because of that, because I know what it feels like to be a 3-year-old and be sexually abused and hope and trust that somebody's coming to save you, because of that, I'm able to step into, I want to be able to help. And I tell my kids all the time, I just can't believe that I help and I get paid to do what I do, because it's a blessing. So in Key West, when I had the accident, I was taken to Isla Morada, to the hospital there. And the doctors, they said that I needed to be rushed to Kendall.
Okay.
I needed emergency surgery. I
Right.
have fracture in my hips in 2 different places and in my back.
So back fractures and hip fractures.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you hit head on? How did he hit you?
So,
You go.
we were going head on and I
Okay.
turned.
You saw him turning into you when you turned, right?
Oh yeah, and I tried to turn, but the thing is I was coming down from the bridge.
Oh, okay.
And when I stopped, because if I continued to turn, I was gonna go down hundreds of feet and die that
Was
way.
it 7 Mile Bridge? Is that the bridge you were on, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, so there's nowhere to go. It's just one lane. And
So did he hit the driver's side? Or
he did the driver's side.
Okay.
I was trapped in the car.
Okay.
The seat collapsed.
Yeah.
The glove compartment, everything in the car collapsed. I was in the little Prius
Yeah.
and I was trapped.
Yeah.
When rescue came, the man said to me, we're gonna cut the top
Yeah.
and we're gonna get you out that way.
Yeah.
Just know that the noises you're gonna hear, it's
cutting
gonna,
on top,
yeah,
okay.
cutting on top. And there was another firefighter that said, no, I wanna try something. And I thank God that he did. He, as with all his gear, he took some of it off and went inside the back.
Oh wow.
And he asked me, I was a fitness competitor. I decided to train at 50. I was 53 years old and I was in really good shape, and he could see that. And I wish I had that body, Jody, for sure. Don't we all,
Yeah.
right? But he said, I think you're really strong in your upper body and I want you to try something.
Yeah.
So he said, if you can lift your arms, I know you don't feel your legs, I know
Yeah.
you have major injuries there, but if you can put enough weight on your arms, then I will try to lift you from your butt.
Right.
So as I did that, he said it's gonna hurt, but just be ready.
Yeah.
And I started lifting up, and I said, I can't. But he already had me,
Yeah.
and they took me out through the other side. They put
Okay.
me on a stretcher, and I continue to say I knew I was in really bad shape because
Yeah.
I had at that point seen the Lord,
Yeah.
and I was going into a full cardiac arrest. I kept on saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I went.
Yeah.
I just that's
Yeah.
where I went to, and he said, "Ma'am, you need to stop. You need to do breathing exercises with me because we're losing you."
Yeah.
So I stopped saying Jesus with my mouth, but with my head, I
Sure.
said, He's the only one that's going to get me out.
Yeah.
And he did. So when they took x-rays at Isla Morada,
Yeah.
and they saw, my husband is a physical therapist
Yeah.
by trade. That's what he does. That's what he did for many years
Yeah.
until we bought the gym.
Yeah.
He says that the x-rays from what they did in Isla
Yeah.
Morada compared to Kendall,
Yeah.
it's like it's another body.
Yeah.
You see real fractures here,
Mhm.
broken bones,
Mhm.
and here you see fractures.
Right.
So when the surgeon was ready to operate and they did the x-rays,
Mhm.
they say that it was the plane ride
Yeah.
that aligned maybe my body.
Right.
That's what the medical doctors say,
Yeah.
that maybe that was it. But I say it was God.
Right.
And they said maybe in a year she'll walk
Yeah.
through treatment. And I said, there's no way. I have a big message. I have too many people to reach, and I will walk in 2 months.
Right.
My son is a power lifter.
Yeah.
And he had a competition 2 months later.
Yeah.
And I said, I will walk for my son's competition. I'm not going to go in a wheelchair. I will walk.
So you went to Kendall. And,
I went to Kendall.
And you said hip fractures,
Yeah.
leg fractures, any
Yeah.
other injuries?
In my
Back.
back. in my
Okay.
neck.
So how long were you hospitalized?
So I was in ICU 6 days.
Okay.
I was 18 days in,
Okay.
and then I was transported to St. Mary's
Okay. For rehab? Or-
for rehab.
Okay. And how long were you there?
12.
Inpatient?
Yeah. I was there 12 days,
Okay. And then he sent you home.
and then they sent me home in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
and I continue therapy for probably the next, I would say, close to 6 months.
Okay. But you were walking after how long?
Oh yeah. So I had after 2 months.
You were walking after 2 months?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was walking with a walker.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I graduated.
Yeah.
I graduated. So the accident happened on October 2nd.
Yeah.
And I decided after almost 20 years, I went through a lot of trauma in
Yeah.
the Dominican Republic, so
Yeah.
I did not go back.
Yeah.
With the exception of when my sister,
Yeah.
my stepsister,
Yeah.
she died in the plane that went down in New York, and
Yeah.
I went for her funeral in
Right.
2002.
Mhm.
So, but I decided I'm gonna go for Christmas. So
Yeah.
in about 2.5 months,
Yeah.
I have videos of me dancing with my family in the
Wow.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Do you have any residual injuries? Are you healed? I mean, physically healed from the accident?
So I say that I'm physically healed because
Right.
I have faith and I
Yeah.
believe, but life is not the same.
Right.
I have major pain when, like, even if I do this
Yeah.
or if I do this,
Yeah.
it's a reminder.
Yeah.
It's a reminder to me of gratitude.
Yeah.
And then on my hips,
Okay.
I cannot do the same things that I did before.
Right.
But I'm grateful to be able to walk.
Right. Do you work out? I mean, are you
I do
physically
work
active?
out.
Okay.
Yes, I
so-
do work out. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about the book. So what happened? You inspired the book. So when did this whole process get started? To conception, to writing it, to now it's being released.
Yes. So I wrote the book right after my accident. I wrote the book.
Okay.
I got everything ready, hired the publisher, everything.
Yeah.
And because it is my life story,
Yeah.
it's my story. I feel very comfortable telling
Yeah.
my story. I led the recovery ministry for 10 years. I've
Yeah.
been sober
Yeah.
27 years, and I love helping addicts.
Yeah.
I've said my story in that type of setup,
Okay.
but after I wrote it, I got very scared.
Right.
And I didn't want to share with the world my story. That, like, other people that are addicts that come from that background, they get it and they understand, and I'm safe.
Yeah.
It's 95% of addicts, they are the children of addicts, or
Yeah.
they're the people that have been abused. That's where it comes from,
Right.
and they get it. and I feel very comfortable sharing my story in that setup.
Right.
But to share that with the world,
Took you a while.
I did not want to me, let my children
Yeah.
publish that book when I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's where I went after I wrote it. I was
Yeah.
very scared, and then the Bahamas happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I was at home watching moms with their little ones and dads with no place to go, I was like, I'm in claims, right? So I know how it was coming at us.
Yeah.
And the Lord, I believe, told me, listen, you guys are Floridians, like this thing was coming at you.
Yeah.
And it should be you guys that should be so grateful. What are you scared of?
Sure.
Your story is not only going to help someone that may feel that they can,
Yeah.
but you can use it. If it's not for you, you can use it. So I said, okay, Lord, I will release the book scared.
So you weren't going to release it at all.
No.
Your
I
kids
was
were going to release it after you died.
Yeah,
So she decided to release it. This was right after Dorian. It's only been a month, right? A little month and a half ago.
Yes.
So there it is. So it was released, or it's going to be released.
It was released on October 2nd,
Okay.
and on the first day, it became a best seller international through Amazon here in US and in
Okay.
Canada.
Okay, so it's available everywhere. Amazon.
Yes.
You can go into Barnes and Noble.
You can go into Amazon soon. It will be into Barnes and Nobles.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's available only digitally now, right? You said
Right now, yes, we're waiting for print.
You said any day now for the.
Yes.
Okay.
They said 72 hours on
Okay.
Thursday.
So people can buy it on Amazon if they want
Yes.
to. Okay, so it's an autobiography. Is it, or sort of, or is it more? How would you describe what this book is? Gratitude Transformation.
Gratitude Transformation is the story of my life.
Okay.
And I do a take from a place of gratitude.
Okay.
How these things have shaped,
Mhm.
and it can do the same for you.
Right.
All of us have had life, have we
Sure.
not?
Oh yeah.
All of us have had things that we wish that did not happen.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that stay stuck
Mhm.
in that place. My ex-husband cheated on me.
Yeah.
And because of that, women they don't learn to trust again.
Right.
I was a single mom
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
for 8 years, and when I let go and I came from, okay, well, these are the good things about my ex-husband.
Yeah.
I have 4 beautiful children.
Right.
Now I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. And after I let go of that and I stepped into my gratitude, then I was able to attract and bring in my new husband. Corey and I, we've been married 11 years.
Yeah.
And he's a wonderful man.
Yeah.
He's everything I prayed for, Jody.
So this is an uplifting story. I mean,
Yes,
I know
it is.
your childhood was difficult. But
Yes.
this is, so people can just read this and feel good.
Yes.
Right. That's your whole goal. Is just to.
Yes, to
Yeah.
be able to spread gratitude through the world. I believe that gratitude should be a movement.
Right.
Especially we.
Yeah.
I tell my children,
Mm-hmm.
it's a privilege to live here in America.
Right.
But I wish that they would have been born in a third world country.
Yeah.
There's such gratitude to knowing that there is light and there is AC.
Right.
We have so much. I grew up counting bread.
Yeah.
There was one bread and I could not have another piece.
Right.
There was not enough. I carry water
Yeah.
from the river.
Yeah.
Dirty water, that's what we drank.
Yeah.
We have clean water. When I got to New York, it was like, I drink tons of water. My kids
Yeah.
say, Mom, if you would just stop drinking water, you wouldn't have to go to the bathroom. But to me, getting to New York and drinking clean water,
Such a
it was a blessing. It was a blessing.
What so there's how many do you know how many copies are available of the book?
So the book is not in print yet.
So, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
but it's done. I know that plenty of people have downloaded it for it to become,
Gotcha.
in less than 24 hours, an international bestseller. I know that people are downloading it, and I'm getting feedback, and just a wonderful thing to
How
know.
many pages is it?
Um,
I'm just curious.
I want to. I don't know exactly because I haven't seen it. I want to say maybe it's a short read.
Okay.
I want to say maybe 38
Okay.
or somewhere in there. It's a
Okay.
short read
Okay.
on gratitude, how gratitude can affect our lives.
And you said proceeds are going to benefit
90,
Bahamas?
90% of the proceeds are going to the Bahamas.
Right.
And 10% of the proceeds are going to the child of the man that hit me.
Okay. And you said he died, right?
He died. So he had the accident.
Yeah.
I thought he died that day. My
Yeah.
first words in ICU to my husband when he's saying, they're gonna have to I'm gonna sign for you to be trauma hog. And I'm like, no, I can't get in a plane. I
Yeah.
had such fear.
Yeah.
And imagine in a helicopter. No, and he said, Glennis, we're trying to save your life.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
And I said, well, at that point, then
Yeah.
I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
But my first words to my husband before that were, where's the man?
Yeah.
Because I thought he died. He never came to my car. He never came to see that I was okay. It was him and another man. They never came, Jody, to make sure I was okay.
Yeah.
It was a total stranger that got provided.
Yeah.
Imagine Key West, it was it was complete desolation
Yeah.
everywhere. There was no one around.
Yeah.
Bathrooms nothing was open.
Yeah.
Not gas station, not hotels. I tried
Yeah.
to go to different places and I could not go to the bathroom. That's why I was so mindful.
Right.
Looking for him. That's how I saw his eyes.
Yeah.
And I forgot the question.
No, so you said so the man who hit you died, but not
He died,
immediately?
so not that
Yeah.
day. No, he had another accident. I believe he was trying to take his life because I saw him grab the
Yeah.
wheel. There was no accident to me, and then he actually succeeded.
but not
22 days later.
again. So was he not
same
injured?
road.
He was not injured in the accident. You don't know. Okay.
I don't think so because he was able to give all his information to the police and everything. And the police officer said to my husband that he was okay. He was not taken in. I was.
Right.
But then he had same accident, same everything now against a 16-wheeler. And that's all in the book. That's
Okay.
the story from the papers. Yeah.
So
that
10%
they-
of the proceeds go to this person's child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if they will take it.
Oh, they
that's
okay.
that's I have tried to contact the family
Yeah.
and have said I'm gonna set up a trust. I'm waiting for them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up that fund, and if it's not them, maybe as he becomes an adult, I
Right.
want that money to be to
Okay.
him.
Okay. How old is
Yes.
the child now?
I believe that he is now 12.
Okay. Okay. Do you know the name of the person who had the accident, caused the accident? I mean, I don't have to.
Roberto
Okay.
Blasco, Blasco,
Okay. How old was he when he died?
46.
Okay. Okay. So his child was 10 at the time. This was 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Is this your first book?
It is my first book.
Any
Yes.
plans on writing another one?
Yes, so I'm writing a book right now called Fit Trinity.
Fit Trinity.
Yes, I believe that fitness is about the spirit, the mind, and the body.
Okay.
When I trained to become a competitor at 50 years old, I was turning 51 in a couple of months
Right.
when I competed. I did not come to the gym.
Right.
To me, these women, like,
Yeah.
I was a single mom, and to me,
Yeah.
people that came to the gym had no life, and
Yeah.
so I didn't understand the whole workout
Mhm.
thing, how it affects our mind and everything else. So I decided to write this book because when I was competing that night, as everybody is, emotions are high and
Mhm.
everything, the people that won the biggest trophies in this competition, they were miserable.
Yeah.
Jody, they had no fitness.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, they were cursing out their spouses, their children. It was just, you look good physically, but to me, that's not fitness. I'm sorry. To me, it's being able to sit in the moment with someone and being able to connect. To me, that's fitness.
Right.
That's why we named the gym Fitness for Everybody, because I want to change the perception that fitness is about bodybuilders, although I want them to
Yeah.
do their thing and compete and be healthy.
Right.
But it's about so much more.
Gotcha. So you're working on that book now?
I'm working on that book now, yes.
Okay. Gotcha. How long did it take you to write Gratitude Transformation?
20 years. 20 years.
So you're actually working on it for 20 years.
Yes, so I
Wow.
have written a lot of my life story and share part of that story. I did a lot of speaking engagement in the
Right.
recovery industry. There's
Right.
the Voices of Recovery.
Right.
I've spoken in churches and all over the world and done that to that setup, usually talking to people that come from that background. But releasing this book was a scary thing
That was-
because it's
So it took you 20 years to write, but releasing it was the other issue.
yeah, that was the other issue.
So it wasn't complete when you had your accident, right? It wasn't complete. at
Oh
that
no
point. So you
no! I
completed-
actually decided no. I had a lot of my story written down,
Right.
but it was not a book.
Yeah.
It was just things that I prepared to do different,
Gotcha.
presentation and to encourage people in recovery. I taught at treatment centers, just
Right.
in that setup. But then, because I lost my life,
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute. I want my legacy to be gratitude.
Right.
I want people to know that no matter what they have gone through, that they can overcome.
Yeah.
And they get to choose. All of us get to choose. All of us, I mean, seriously, all of us get to choose. I had a woman that came up to me and said to me, listen, your life is so beautiful. You don't get it. My first recovery 12-step meeting. This is a doctor. Her name is Yvette. We're really close friends. She goes, you don't get this. I'm a single mom. It's hard to do this. And she's just telling me her story.
Yeah.
And I said, and you get to keep that story. I'm a single mom, and I decided that it's a blessing. I got to raise my kids without the input of another person. I didn't have to fight a spouse.
Yeah.
I got to be able to mold and help my children in the way that I wanted to. My ex-husband did not want to follow the faith. I didn't have to have the arguments. I was able to do this on my own. I was able to, with the help of God, help other single moms. Yet, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Today you may see me all polished. I mean, I thank God for my line of work. I thank God that somebody looked at me back in '88 and said, Glennis, you can do this because you naturally want to connect with people.
Right.
I'm very grateful, very thankful to Bob Young, a Jewish man that gave me the opportunity. He was the manager of a public adjusting company in California, and he fought for me, Jody.
Okay.
And he fought for me. He said to the owner of the company, when he said, she's too dark to work here, he said, no.
This is New York?
This is in California.
California, okay.
I was from New York, he was from New York.
Oh, I see.
We both had a lot in common, my sales manager and I, and the owner of the company did not want to hire me because of my skin color. And he said, if you don't hire her, I'm going to find an attorney that's going to sue your behind, and I will walk. And he gave me my first opportunity. I became a public adjuster, and it's what has helped me.
What year was that you said? 88?
So I started in my line of work in 87.
87, okay.
And then in 88 is when I met Bob, and in
Okay.
91 I got licensed as a public adjuster.
As I said, we're going to run this online probably Thursday. It will
Yes.
run Friday in our print section. If I can come by, let me know. Maybe Thursday morning around the same time just to take a picture of you in the book.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes,
Let me
I
know.
love
I actually have to be in Lake Park anyway at 8:30, so it's perfect timing for me. If that's okay with you, just to take a quick picture of you.
Yes.
And we'll go from there.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate you.
No, thank you for reaching out. What a story.
Thank
You
you.
know. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you. My intention.
And I'm so sorry to make you cry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
Your makeup is so beautiful too.
Thank you. I want to be able to raise $100,000 for the Bahamas.
Okay.
That's my intention.
Is there a specific charity that you want to donate it to?
So I want to give the money to the Crisis Fund,
Crisis Fund. Okay.
a Christ Fellowship.
Okay.
And I set up a ministry called Gratitude Transformation Ministries, and I'm still waiting for the state
Right.
to actually do the paperwork, and through there is how I
Okay.
am going to hold the funds until the family reaches out to me.
Sure.
Yes, yes.
You tried to reach them and they just haven't
Yes.
responded yet. Okay.
No,
There might
no.
be some legal red tape. I would
Yeah.
assume that's involved, something
Well,
like that.
so this is the thing. He had, we're done. He was renting a car from Enterprise. Well, not him, his girlfriend, the mother of his child.
Yeah.
She rented a car, and because she rented that car and he was not one of the drivers, basically I got $10,000 after I got an attorney from Enterprise
Oh, geez.
and a PIP. I thank God that I'm in the line of work, that I had insurance for uninsured motorists.
Right.
My bills are over $1 million from that
Yeah.
accident, and there's no one to go to. So I had to fully step into my gratitude
Yeah.
and say, you know, this is good. With the money that my insurance, this is how we ended up here.
Yeah.
I had $250,000 of insurance, and because I hired an attorney, they took part of that.
Sure.
And part of that money went to the down payment for us to purchase this gym. I told my husband, because I am one that I follow my dreams and I want to do this, I want to do it, let's do it. And he always wanted to open a gym. That was
There you
his
go.
dream. So his parents have passed away, and he had a certain amount of money in the bank saved for that to open it one day. And I said, okay, look, your parents passed away, you have this money, I have this money,
Let's do it.
let's do it. And
Here you are.
we did it, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very
No,
much.
thank you, Joe.
Sorry for the